Hey guys, we're out here fishing today out on, we're on Lake Pickwick today, and you know, it's ledge fishing time. We're out here and I just wanted to share with you a couple of my favorite baits for out here on the ledges, especially when there's some current running and the fish are active. Of course, crankbaits, and I love cranking. That's one of my favorite things to do, and you know, really caught a lot of good fish and made a lot of money on crankbaits. But one of my favorites for when the fish are a little bit deeper, this is Strike King's 10XD. I usually throw it on 16-pound fluorocarbon line. I use the Halo extra deep cranking rod. I really believe this is the best rod for throwing these great big oversized crankbaits. It's just like our regular cranking rod, only it's got about 25% more material in it, so it's a little bit heavier and can handle these big crankbaits. You know, that's the guy, that 10XD, when the fish are in, you know, say 18 to 25. You know, they'll bite that one good. When the fish are up a little shallower, which most of the time they are a little bit shallower, say when they're in that 12 to 18, this is Strike King 6XD. I actually call this bait the Bass Whisperer because I've caught more bass out there on the ledges on this bait and more big ones than anything else by far. I throw it on 10-pound fluorocarbon, and I throw it on Halo's medium heavy cranking rod. I like the 710 because we're not target fishing out here. We're going for distance. And the more water you can cover, and the longer your cast, the more water you cover, and the deeper you can get your baits. So I like the 710 model. You know, it can really rear back and fire that joker way out there, and you know, that's probably my all-time favorite crankbait, the 6XD. And then the other thing that I like to throw out here on these ledges that really looks like those big gizzard shad that those big fish bite is Strike King Sexy Spoon. I don't get a whole lot of different colors going on with it. I keep it simple. I just use the standard Sexy Spoon. I do go to a little bit bigger hook. I put I think it's a 3/0 hook on it. You know, that fish do throw these. I mean, you'll lose some fish on it, but sometimes it's what it takes to get that school fired up. And you know, this ledge fishing, that's a lot of what it is you mark some fish down there and they're hard to get to bite, but if you can get them to fire or get one to bite, boy, you can catch 4 or 5 or 6 or maybe even more really quick out of there. But I like to throw that, you know, it's a heavy lure. So I throw it on a 7.6 Halo Daylight rod, heavy action. And I throw either 17 or 20-pound fluorocarbon. I don't think either one of those really makes too much difference. But a high-speed reel, I like this Bass Pro Shops Pro Qualifier. It's a 7-to-1. And you know, when you jerk that spoon up and he whack and just hits it, you got a lot of slack. So I like that 7-to-1 retrieve ratio, so I can pick up that line and set the hook really quick on him. You know, if you're using a 5 or a 6-to-1, you know, he might get a hold of it and shake before you get to set the hook, and you lose it. So picking up that line is really, really important with the spoon. But those are probably my 3 favorite hard baits to throw out on the ledges, and get out there and try it. I think you'll like them.